Trees have long stood as silent witnesses to the relentless passage of time on our planet. Some for thousands of years, growing to sizes that seem almost impossible to believe when you see them in person for the first time. But just how big can a tree really get on our planet? Where are nature's physical limits? From trees so massive that they literally can't be cut down with conventional saws used in the modern logging industry, to colossuses that literally survive the most devastating wildfires thanks to their incredibly thick protective trunks that act like natural armor. Some trees completely defy human imagination with their sheer monumental scale that has to be seen to be believed. New Zealand's largest tree, Tane Mahuta, has survived entire centuries, witnessing generations of humanity. But it's struggling after the recent devastating drought that hammered the region without mercy. With barely any water falling in the area for endless consecutive months, drastic measures are being taken to save the god of the forest from what seemed like an inevitable death according to the experts. But before we uncover the 5 largest trees in the world that defy all known logic of physics and biology, if you're fascinated by nature's impressive records and want more educational content like this that leaves you amazed, subscribe to the channel now and give this video a like. Because we're about to reveal dimensions that your brain can barely process fully. Numbers so huge they seem straight out of science fiction. All right, let's kick off this epic journey through the giants of planet Earth. Here are the 5 trees from around the world that are truly bigger than your imagination can handle. Get ready to be absolutely blown away by nature. Number 5 spot. Tane Mahuta, the god of the forest in New Zealand. In the ancient millennial forests of New Zealand, there's a tree so culturally revered by generations that it's literally called the god of the forest by the Maori tribes. Deep in these ancestral woods, kauri trees, some of the oldest living giants on the planet, stand tall, defying the passage of time. These trees can grow up to 50 meters tall, with massive trunks stretching over 5 meters in diameter. Their straight trunks rise majestically toward the sky, shedding lower branches as they age over centuries, giving them that iconic smooth appearance. Tane Mahuta, the most famous of these trees, is known as the god of the forest in ancestral Maori tradition. This majestic tree is over 2,000 years old and reaches an impressive height of 51.5 meters, with a trunk so large that it takes more than a dozen people holding hands to circle it completely. Imagine standing in front of a living being that already existed when the Roman Empire dominated Europe. Kauri wood was extremely prized by early European settlers for building sturdy ships and long-lasting buildings. But kauri trees aren't just known for their monumental size. They also produce a unique amber-like resin called kauri gum, which back in the day was valuable for making high-quality varnish. This industry boomed during the 19th century. Today, these ancient monuments face a new threat: kauri dieback, a devastating disease that infects the roots and can kill the tree after years of agony. Boot cleaning stations have been installed for visitors since the disease spreads through contaminated soil. The name Tane Mahuta means Lord of the Forest in Maori. According to Maori mythology, Tane is the god of the forests who separated his parents, the sky and the earth, to create space for humanity. This tree produces about 40,000 liters of resin each year. The total trunk volume is estimated at 244 cubic meters, enough wood to build several complete houses. The bark can reach 10 centimeters thick, protecting it from fires and pests. Number 4 spot. Centurion, the giant that defies fire. It's not enough to just stand in the wild lands of Tasmania. You have to survive. And Centurion has proven its toughness against nature's fiercest tests. This natural giant is located in the misty forests of southern Tasmania. Centurion is an imposing Eucalyptus regnans, or Australian mountain ash. Discovered in 2008, Centurion currently reaches over 100 meters in height, making it the tallest known hardwood tree in the world and the tallest flowering plant on the planet. Despite its slender appearance, Centurion's base is over 4 meters wide, rooting it firmly in Tasmanian soil. This massive tree has survived terrible natural threats, including Tasmania's fierce 2019 wildfires. Though it suffered burns at its base, Centurion showed its resilience by staying upright and continuing to grow. Centurion gets its name from the Latin word for 100, referencing its spot as the 100th tall tree, discovered by Forest Tasmania, and its height exceeding 100 meters. It's part of a select group of protected giant trees. The tree grows surrounded by other imposing eucalypts, offering it protection from strong winds and lightning. What's fascinating is that it keeps growing actively despite being over 400 years old. Eucalyptus regnans are the fastest growing hardwood trees in the world. Centurion absorbs about 500 liters of water from the soil each day during summer. Its root system extends up to 100 meters from the trunk, stabilizing it against winds that can exceed 120 kilometers per hour. The bark sheds in long fibrous strips, an adaptation that helps protect the tree from fires. When fire burns the outer bark, the inner layers stay protected, allowing survival. After the 2019 fires, new green shoots appeared just weeks later, demonstrating the species' incredible resilience. Access to Centurion is strictly controlled to protect it. Number 3 spot. Denitzia excelsa, the giant saving the Amazon. Hidden deep in the Amazon, this tree holds the secret to fighting global climate change. Denitzia excelsa, also known as Angelim vermelho, stands dramatically above the dense canopy of the world's largest rainforest. This species reaches an incredible height of 88.5 meters, making it the tallest tree ever recorded in the entire Amazon basin. Found in Brazil's Pará State Forest, Denitzia excelsa thrives in the jungle's remote regions. What's extraordinary about these trees is their ability to store huge amounts of atmospheric carbon. A single Denitzia excelsa can store as much carbon as 500 smaller trees. This makes them crucial in the fight against climate change. Its trunk can grow up to 9.9 meters in circumference.
These trees are estimated to be between 400 and 600 years old. Researchers still aren't sure what allows Denitzia excelsa to grow so tall.
Reaching these giant trees isn't easy. Expeditions require traveling over 200 kilometers by boat and hiking for days through untouched forest. The tallest specimens are in protected areas, but illegal deforestation keeps threatening them. The discovery was made possible by LiDAR technology, a laser system mounted on planes that measures tree heights through the dense canopy. These trees can grow up to 1 meter in height per year during their youth. The wood is extremely dense and rot-resistant, making it valuable but putting it at risk of illegal logging. The root system penetrates up to 30 meters deep to reach water and nutrients. A single tree's canopy can cover over 40 meters wide, providing habitat for hundreds of species. Scientists have documented over 1,000 different species living on a single Denitzia excelsa. Number 2 spot. General Sherman, the most massive living being on the planet. Imagine standing next to something so vast, it's like being beside a 26-story building made entirely of solid living wood. That's General Sherman. This iconic tree in Sequoia National Park, California, isn't just a giant in size, but also in documented history. With over 2,300 years of continuous growth, General Sherman has reached an impressive exact height of 84 meters. But it's not just the height that makes General Sherman world famous. It's its absolutely mind-blowing volume. With a trunk volume of about 1,497 cubic meters, it's the largest living tree on Earth by total volume. The biggest tree on Earth is bigger than you can imagine. At its massive base, General Sherman measures an impressive exact 11 meters in diameter, making its huge trunk wider than most city streets. For real perspective, standing beside it is like being next to a full 26-story building, weighing around 1,385 tons. It's hard to grasp just how big this ancient being really is. And, though its trunk is mostly dead wood in the center, the tree itself keeps growing actively, expanding over 1 centimeter in diameter each passing year. Despite surviving millennia, General Sherman has faced nature's severe tests. A huge 2-meter diameter branch fell during a severe 2006 storm, reminding visitors of the tree's vulnerability. That fallen branch was bigger than most full trees growing in residential yards. General Sherman was named in 1879 by naturalist James Wolverton, who had served under General William Tecumseh Sherman during the American Civil War. The tree's bark is between 60 and 90 centimeters thick at the base, providing massive protection against wildfires that regularly sweep the region. The largest branches are over 2 meters in diameter, bigger than the trunks of most normal trees. It's estimated the tree contains enough wood to build about 120 average-sized houses. The trunk adds about 1 centimeter in circumference each year, meaning it keeps growing actively despite its ancient age. During the 2021 KNP complex wildfire that threatened the park, firefighting teams carefully wrapped General Sherman's base with special aluminum fire-resistant blankets to protect it from the dangerously approaching flames. The tree's roots extend up to 100 meters from the trunk in all directions, but only reach between 1 and 2 meters deep. The tree can absorb up to 2,000 liters of water from the soil each day during California's hot summer. General Sherman has survived countless wildfires over its long life. In fact, fire is essential for giant sequoia reproduction. The cones only release their seeds after being exposed to intense fire heat. The tree is protected by a fence that keeps visitors at a safe distance from its sensitive roots. Millions of people visit General Sherman each year, making it one of the most photographed trees in the entire world. Scientists continue studying General Sherman to understand how it can live so long and grow so large. Its extreme longevity offers important clues about the biology of aging. The tree is also a symbol of conservation and environmental protection. Number 1 spot. Hyperion, the world's tallest tree. Some trees are hidden not for mystery, but for necessary protection. And Hyperion is one of those secret giants that very few can see in person. Hidden deep in Redwood National Park in California, Hyperion stands as the tallest living tree on Earth. This coast redwood reaches an impressive exact height of 115.8 meters, making it taller than many modern skyscrapers. To put this in clear perspective, Hyperion is as tall as a full 38-story building. It's estimated to be between 600 and 800 years old, relatively young compared to other giants. Despite its immense imagination-defying size, Hyperion's exact location is a closely guarded secret by park authorities. This decision was made to protect the tree and its surrounding ecosystem from excessive human impact, especially after the habitat started showing serious signs of degradation from constant foot traffic of curious visitors trampling the delicate roots. Hyperion's enormous trunk contains around 530 cubic meters of solid wood, enough to eclipse most other trees on the planet. Hyperion was discovered in 2006 by naturalists Chris Atkins and Michael Taylor using high-precision laser measurements during an expedition in Redwood National Park. The discovery was kept secret for months to establish protection protocols. Hyperion isn't just a marvel of nature's engineering. It also plays a critical role in the entire ecosystem. The tree's deep roots help regulate underground water flow and prevent soil erosion on steep coastal slopes, while its imposing canopy provides shelter for a variety of unique plant and animal species that have developed symbiotic relationships with the tree. Plus, redwoods like Hyperion are essential for capturing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, making them invaluable in the global fight against climate change. A single redwood tree can absorb up to 250 kilograms of CO2 per year, more than most other trees. What's fascinating is that Hyperion isn't growing in the most fertile soil or best conditions. It grows on a steep slope in rocky terrain, meaning it could have grown even taller in perfect ideal conditions. The trunk diameter at the base is about 4.80 meters exact, relatively modest for its extreme height. The tree earned its name from Hyperion, a titan in Greek mythology who was the father of the sun god Helios, symbolizing its position as the one reaching highest toward the sky. Before Hyperion's discovery, the tallest known tree was Stratosphere giant, also a coast redwood, measured at 113 meters tall. Hyperion still grows about 1 centimeter in height each year, meaning it continues expanding. Scientists estimate it could keep growing for another 200 years if conditions stay favorable. The tree's crown hosts an incredibly rich, complete ecosystem, including air-growing ferns, lichens that absorb nutrients from fog, and small mammals like flying squirrels that never touch the forest floor in their entire lives. Northern California's misty coastal climate provides critical constant moisture that allows these trees to grow so tall. Fog deposits water directly onto the upper canopy leaves. Coast redwoods have the thickest bark of any known tree, up to 30 centimeters in some places, protecting them from devastating wildfires. Hyperion could potentially live up to 2,000 full years if not affected by serious diseases or severe climate damage like extreme storms. The National Park Service has imposed fines of up to $5,000 for anyone trying to seek out and visit Hyperion without official written permission. This is to protect both the tree and the fragile surrounding ecosystem that's been damaged. Scientists use specialized professional climbers and LiDAR-equipped drones to study Hyperion without physically harming it. They've discovered the tree has a complex internal structure with multiple competing leaders. The area around Hyperion shows visible signs of human trampling damage. Compacted soil affects the shallow roots that are critical for absorbing water and essential nutrients. That's why the location is kept under strict secrecy. Coast redwoods like Hyperion only grow in a narrow coastal strip of California and southern Oregon. They need constant sea fog to survive at these heights. Without it, they simply couldn't reach those gravity-defying impressive heights. And with that, we wrap up our fascinating journey through the 5 largest trees in the world that completely defy human imagination and our understanding of what nature can create. From New Zealand's gut of the forest that's witnessed 2 millennia of human history, to the planet's tallest secret giant hidden in California to protect it from us. These living monuments remind us of nature's incredible ability to create wonders that surpass any human construction. Each of these trees isn't just a simple impressive size record, but a fully functioning ecosystem. A home for thousands of different species of plants, animals, fungi, and insects that completely depend on its existence. And a tireless fighter against climate change, absorbing tons of carbon dioxide every year. They're living witnesses to centuries of history that deserve our absolute protection and deep respect. These trees have survived devastating fires, brutal droughts, violent storms, and deadly diseases. And most impressively, they continue growing year after year, defying the passage of time. They teach us important lessons about resilience, patience, and the importance of environmental conservation. If this video left you amazed by the impossible dimensions of these natural giants, subscribe to the channel for more content on nature's most impressive records. Give it a like if you learned something new today, and let me know in the comments which of these 5 trees blew your mind the most, and which one you'd like to visit someday. Thanks for watching this epic tour of the planet's biggest giants. See you in the next video, where we'll keep exploring the wonders our planet has to offer.